Hi, welcome to my tiny tube. I am Margie. I am Aoka. I am Empath. I am Aries, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising. In Western, in Vedic, across the pond, I am Scorpio, Moon, still, Pisces, Sun, G-Mini rising, and wow. Things are getting good. Holding out for the best. I'm just trying to stay in my high vibe. You know, I've been going down a couple ant holes today. Nothing too serious, nothing too dark. There has been a couple of cool synchronicities. I did make a couple of notes. I like to keep track of my trajectory, my train of thought. Like to keep it from derailing if I can. So today, tomorrow, summer solstice. I've been doing this storyline since, unbeknownst to me, since 2012 is when I came into the same plane ideology. What? There's somebody out there like me? No, I ain't never met nobody like me. No way. Mom always says, Marge, you're one in a million. You know? So, and I've been looking, and, you know, my whole life I've been looking for someone of an energetic match, close in frequency like me. And sorry, Benzo. Excuse me, a part of me. I'm trying to buy tire. I just never thought it exists, you know, and they always said on birthday cakes and stuff like, you can wish, just make wishes. And I always wished find my best friend, my best gal, you know, because I always knew I liked her. I always ran around with dudes and stuff, but they're so tough and they're so brash and they just did weird shit, you know. So, you know, ultimately it got gross and I didn't want to deal with the gross, so girls were my way to go. So I always dreamed, you know, and you know, and I couldn't sleep at night, and there's fighting, and you know, and all this, and all the scary stuff, and every time my happy place was just hanging out with my best friend, you know, the love of my life. And I've been in a couple relationships. They just were people just took advantage of me. I just let them take advantage of me. I just complied. I just agreed, and I ate my feelings in the last one and got up near 200 pounds. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not going to do it. You know, I need something that it's a two-way street. And it was in that last relationship that I thought I found my same flame, and because we met in 2012, and then we both actually went with different people. It was funny how the story went with different opposite people to Mexico. I got to go to Tulum. I'm not sure exactly. I think she told me and stuff, but I was like trying not to energetically connect because she was with someone else, and it's just too painful. You know what they're doing. And they're not with you. But I didn't even know that, you know, and then we became friends, and then it slowly cultivated, and then it blew up, and then, you know, we didn't speak for like 3 years, and then we came back into communication right when the stars aligned, and, you know, beginning of the year, and you know, when the astrology was saying, you know, and it's up and downs and stuff, and, you know, and then you know, it's like I've been following this whole storyline since the Great American Eclipse, because I'm in Salem, Oregon. She's up Portland stuff, and not too far, about 50 miles north, and she has that dog, Obi dog. She helped Obi lose 50 pounds, and he helped me, you know, if he can do it, I can do it, you know, and she's got a page over there. She's the heart of Obi. She's Obi Dog Journey, and I just wanted to hang out with her to get to know her, to see if we still want to hang out and get to know each other, and it was just like today, it was the last straw was today, because it was like, if we hang out tomorrow, then, because I'm a fatist, I believe in fate, and this planets are literally aligning for things to really be good, you know, and I really wanted to take her to the other side of the portal. I really did, but she don't want to go, and I'm all about free will, and I'm not going to freaking convince and But I found myself convincing too much, and that's my old way of thinking, you know, and I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove to nobody. You know, I'm kind of a commodity. I got a lot to add. I got a lot to bring to the table. I got one hell of a A game. Mom always says, you got such a great smile. I'm like, whatever, Mom. It's your smile. You just loan it to me. Whatever. She laughs. I got her laugh. She's a cute little old lady. I'm just trying to take care of her best I can is all, you know, so. Anyway, so I was just like hoping, you know, maybe we could go out tomorrow and hang out. Because every time I ask her, can we do coffee on video? No. Can we do this? You know, I mean, I got to see her one time. And then it was just like, it's like one step forward and two step back. And I know this is the astrology, you know, and this is what I've been practicing for. But the thing of it is I became my own same flame. I raised my frequency, and it's like she didn't. I mean, she did in a lot of ways. She did. That's not fair to say. That's not. That came from my ego space. That was not a heart space thing to say. She's done very well for herself. We just didn't grow in the same frequency. We just still not vibing on the same. And she still didn't want to hang out with me. And it was like that was it. It was just like this morning it broke my heart. My heart broke. Is what it's all right because it's broken before. Several times, as a matter of fact. I mean, it doesn't have to be the end all be all, but it just like broke again because I thought maybe we could hang out because it's the solstice and celebration. It's the intention of love and creation and things like that. And she's gonna go hang out with another photographer. She probably just met online this week and go look, you know, and all that. And I'm just like, I'm a photographer too. It's just I can't get her attention, and it's like, Marge, you're doing that old behavior. The look at me, aren't I important stuff? And I'm like, Marge, you know you are, girl. You know you are. You got it going on. I can't even with a straight face. I can't even. So I started getting me to think of that don't let them get your goat. This is an ant hole that I went down from that, you know, and I'm like, you know, and I'm not gonna bother her no more. I told her I said my piece in my you know, I'm like, well, I said it, and I'm not a dummy. You can go, you know, 'cause I hate texting, and I don't like playing games, and it's just like video. Just talk with me. She don't want to talk. She just wants to keep me in the freaking inbox, and I deserve to be tangible. I'm worthy, you know. And anyone that thinks I'm not, then I don't need to see him on the other side of the portal, so I'm not going to bother her no more, and she ain't going to make no kind of effort. She might try to talk to me a time here or there, you know, just to try and get my goat. I looked that up, get my goat, because I was thinking about all these Satan rituals that they're doing today, because these evil no-vibers, man, they set their intentions to give themselves gifts and advantages and wealth and all this property, money, prestige, and it's empty, it's hollow, and I'm trying to change the trajectory of the whole planet and make it start from Turtle Island again. So there's a couple of different definitions of getting somebody's goat. To make somebody annoyed or angry, Gavin may seem unflappable, but I know a way to get his goat. Just to knock somebody off on balance. If somebody is in balance, they're going to keep their even keel. They're going to be mind, body, and spirit. They're going to be less reactionary. This expression comes from a tradition in horse racing thought to have had a calming effect on high-strung thoroughbreds. A goat was placed in the horse's stall the night before, and then a competitor would go in and steal the goat, and then the horse would be all stressed out. Now, it also means that there's something else in other rituals, because I don't like to... See, you got to know everything about everything. So you got to learn about the shadow to know about the shadow. And I already know how low vibers act. I already know how gross they are and stuff like that. So it's no wonder to me, and that's what's happening with this eclipse and this astrology, is that there's so many storylines that people have seen on the news and TV that don't believe it. Babies don't get raped. That doesn't happen. They don't take kids or people and of all ages and then like hack them up and put them on. They don't make snuff films. They don't do that. Those aren't real. Those are just all rumors. You know. They don't take. You know. There's story after story after story after story after story after story. And the no-vibers rely on people not believing that that stuff exists, and then they freaking thrive, and they freaking exist, and they go through their lives, and they're the culprit, and they're the nasty, and they're the pervy uncle, and they're the creepy uncle that's running for the president. That's why we'll monetize, because you know why? I'm not gonna. I don't. They get to pick and choose, you know, what commercials they put, and I don't want anybody to ever watch my video and see that creepy, perpy, freaking nasty, crazy old man that's running for freaking, because the gig is up. It's all a puppet show. It's all a puppet show. It's all smoke, mirrors. It's, you know, and y'all, it's all a production, and y'all spend too much money wasting good people's money on doing some bullshit, and the gig's up. And get your goat, you know. That's the thing. And there's people that like to get your goat. There's people that my whole life have just liked to get me mad and twist me up just to see what I can do. Turn me up, twist me up like a little top just to see, you're out of control. They like to get my goat. I'm not going to let them get my goat. Look what happens when the Hulk gets his goat gotten. You know, I can't. I got my endocrine system, you know, with the anthrax and bullcrap vaccines that so old rich dudes can play chess and make money and stuff. So that's the thing. They're doing all these rituals and stuff this weekend to set the intention, you know, to control and power, and it's setting up with there's going to be a heat wave in a lot of places this weekend, so they're setting it up. They don't got to go get people's goats, because there's another definition too of getting their goat, and it's for chastity. They do these satanic rituals, and then unchastity, and I had to look up unchastity too, and according to this definition, it's not chastity, not virtuous, not pure. An unchaste woman characterized by sexual suggestiveness, transgression. I think I don't know what they do with this. I don't know. Maybe I could ask my brother and other people that have been in fraternities and stuff. But my interpretation of it is, my vibe of it is they you don't get to take the will, you don't take the light of another being, of an animal, of the energy. You don't get to take the energy, and that's what they're doing. Is they set it up, you know. So all these. Right, there's going to be rights, and this is going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be so ugly. Why? Because people are going to get their goats got. And then people are going to see things on TV. There's going to be, I'm not going to look at them. I'm not looking at nothing until, like, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I'll probably be curious. That's probably not fair. I'll probably look and be like, oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Because I see these pictures in my mind, and then I go to freaking mainstream, and I'm like, yep, saw that one coming. Yep, okay, that one affirms that, you know. And all the astrologers are all saying the same thing. Because the world has to open its eyes to see that there's this whole other spectrum, that they're in la land, you know, and think everything's 100% light. No, it's only 51% light. There's 49% gray and black. And people have ignored all the stuff that happens in darkness, and the darkness is just grown into the light, and it's just like people are seeing all this stuff, and it's just like, no, that didn't happen, and all these rich people are like, no, it didn't happen, and make it go away, and all these, you know, and all this lies and cover-ups and perversions, and people are just like, you can't. There's the reality of the earth and lies, and then there's the version of the reality of the earth and truth. And the version as reality of truth, as I see it, is as Turtle Island was if the colonial people did not come over, and then they would have cooperated. I see an entirely different version of the world. I still see that version of the world, but first, man, we got to strip those old ideas, because there's got to be a lot more people that got to let go absolutely, if you get my drift. You got to surrender, man. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, and people need to remember, because they're psychopaths. They're people that don't feel vibration. Those are the people. Who doesn't get mosquito bites? Who has never had an itch? Because some people have had so many itches and so allergic to things and so have so many sensitivities to things that they're, scratches and fabrics and it's just, all stems from things that happened that when they were a kid, and then they keep putting, making things itchier and scratchier and it's like, and then they do it by making more and more stupid rules and stuff like that, and it's just like, I don't know what to do because all the rules they change so fast and it's all contingent on who's in charge, but everybody that's in charge is a freaking whack job, so how about I just don't do none of those? I oblige by street signs and stuff like that, and I don't hurt nobody, see, because I address to a higher law, and that's universal law, where you don't get to take people's energy. You don't get to steal from other people to add to your own. In any kind of way, in a tangible way, in a physical way, in a lustful way. So, they don't got to do the rituals. All they got to do is line up the stuff, and there's going to be blood pouring in the street all over because people don't have an emotional control. And I think about all the people that are going to get dehydrated just from, being covered up and stuff. People don't know about the importance of staying hydrated in water because look how many people drink soda and stuff like that. People don't even take care of their soul sacs. So, there's ain't nobody ready. So you're going to have people going out, acting willy-nilly. How many people are going to get in a fight this weekend that have never, ever even been in a fight? I'm thinking about that. And they don't even know what it, I've been in a lot of fights. I've been in a lot of tussles. I've been in a lot of I can hold my own. I'm small, but I'm wily. And there's going to be they're going to, because people don't understand what it feels like to be freaking hit in the face. I had a girl, I was in a car wreck one time, and she didn't have her seatbelt on. She flew over, and her head went into me, and it cracked my cheekbone. That's a lot of force. You can't put a cast on that and stuff. But later, people press on your freaking eyes and do stuff, because they're a cheater. They do the cheater bitch moves, fights and stuff they don't fight fair. They're not above board. They're shady and lizardy and, blue-blooded, and they're the ones that act like they're the toughest, biggest, most hugest badass, and then once you go boo, then they piss themselves. So today I got to keep my balance because it's all that aggression that is building, and that's what people are relying on. And where people are sitting literally on the freaking planet, on the grid of the planet. I'm on the 40th parallel. I'm on the same parallel with all the freaking Masonic temples and stuff. It's like freaking Christmas for them right now. Summer solstice. And I got to thank Rick and Levine and Astrology Hub. I freaking dig them, man. They're like teachers to me. Rick Levine, I look at him as a teacher. He's older. I respect him. I appreciate his opinion. He's his Aries son. He's got a lot of, so I listened very attentively to what he said. And one thing he said today was William Blake said the opposition is in true friendship, and that was just funny because that was the last thing I said to NB. She said, I'm always gonna do things that make you mad or something like that, or you're always gonna be mad at everything I do or don't do. And I was just like, I know, that's the same conversation I've heard 1,000 times before. I said, no, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm just another person that just more of the same. You don't understand where I'm coming from. All I strive to do is to understand where you're coming from, because I really thought that you were the opposite of me, because I respected you and I don't respect a lot of people. I appreciate your point of view and I value your opinion, and I don't find a lot of people I value, so I did get caught up in the same flame ideology, and I was even willing to do it in a platonic way. I came in every way I could possibly, and it was just like, and people that aren't happy, you can never make happy. So, and I can keep coming up with ideas and charming ways and do all the things to woo and, wear them down. And it's just like, that's old Marge. I'm not ever going to use the cheap trick ringtone I want you to want ever again. My brother has laughed at me my whole life. He thinks I'm pathetic because I always just wanted that one best friend, and well, it's because he's always had friends, but he has a terrible, because he's one of them no vibers. People are people, and he don't see the spirit in nobody. Dude's in a freaking prison right now for pedophilia. for taping a 16-year-old daughter. I mean, and that was his roommate for like 10 years. So I'm like, what do you know about people? You're a terrible, you think I'm, so I don't get too bent up when people that are terrible judges of people have an opinion about me, because they don't know. They haven't been through the stuff that I've been through. They don't know. So I gotta give them a break, just like Rick Levine said. I gotta give her a break, but that's the thing, is like, people can, I don't got no, if people want to come step at me proper, if they want to treat me the way I feel like I deserve to be treated, then maybe we could do something in this world together, and that's all I wanted to do, is to see if we could do some stuff in this world. And I get opposition my whole entire life, because it started with my parents and their opposition with each other, and then my father would look at my face and would see my mother, and then my mother would look at my face and see my father, and then they would both be reminded that they were divorced when they hooked up, and that they shouldn't have done that, and I was a mistake, and so I attracted those vibrational frequencies in the relationship of everybody else, because I just wanted to find out. I was just trying to figure out who I was based on, a reflection of everybody else, and I found out who I am. I'm a well-rounded human being, and that's the thing, is people don't understand. They can't imagine that. They don't have the spirit to imagine traumas, scary things, and now more and more people are getting their examples. Everybody's going to get their tower. People are going to get terror in some capacity. That's how empathy grows. It's how you get to become empathetic. You have to go through crap to understand what it feels like, what other people feel like to have gone through crap. And some of us have been through way longer, and we still have a positive attitude, and people look at us and go, no, I don't believe that you are even possible, because you talk of these stories of things that you went through, and if those would have happened to me, would have crumbled, would have ended up in a, drunken mire. I know people that freaking have been in so much pain. That they have freaking doused themselves in gasoline and lit themselves on fire. I am constantly in pain. I am constantly trying to transmute pain. I am constantly given reasons as to why the earth sucks. Every day I wake up, I'm tired. I'm not at night. I get tired. I'm like, why bother? Why? What's the? Ain't nobody care, no way, right? Just keep running your mouth, Marjo, right? And then every morning I wake up, all right, let's do this. Ready to go, And it's Groundhog's Day. People are going through a spiritual warfare, and it's going to come out in manifest in a very three-dimensional way. So people are basically going to lose their shit for the next, until they find their shit. But it's cool, because I lost mine. And I found it. So, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, but you gotta do it. What you gotta do is you gotta go back, not only in the younger days when you got hurt, all these reasons why people act the way, when you got hurt and you got abused and you got broke and all that stuff. Because all that, how you come into the world, basically, and the way I look at it, according to the nodes and whatnot, is how you went out in your last incarnation, and I was some kind of piece of work. So I'm getting all the karma back. So I gotta learn, man, because I don't want to learn these lessons no more. And that's what this eclipse is about. It's not doing the same thing. Not doing the same thing. Not keep hope. I did that for 8 years with some on and off. 8.5 years, dance to death. Just if I just try this one thing, this next thing will be the next thing. It'll be the thing that'll work, and then they'll see me, and and I just like, you know what? Nah. Nah, I'm good. I've been, it's just me and my mom on the planet at this point. Me and my mom on the planet. Sometimes we connect, I tap in here, on the social medias and stuff like that. And then every now and again I go to the laundromat. Now I'm picking up groceries at the store. My world is small. I don't mind it. It's not so bad. People complicate things because they come one way and they freaking have a different energy. And nah. I don't want that, neither. So did I do everything on my notes? I just can't live in anger, man. I did that for 40-something years, and freaking, if I continue down that trajectory, I won't do it. I'll just go get bottles of booze every day, and I'll drink myself to death, and I'll be in 2 years, it's about maybe a year, because So, because that's not suicide, because it's alcohol. This stuff is the worst poison, worst tool of manipulation ever invented. And people that are doing that this weekend, man, it's a tool of deviation. You might not come back. You know, you might dip so much into your shadow that you don't get all the aspects of you back. So if you're into that ritualistic, tying one on for the freaking, that's all. You're setting the wrong intention. You setting the intention low. No vibra zone, where the bureaucrats live. So yeah, William Blake said opposition is true friendship, and I do believe that to be true. I also believe it's what you do with that opposition. Do you keep opposing every chance you possibly get, or do you freaking cooperate and have a good time every now and again? You know, it's all that. I don't want to because I don't feel like it. I'm and then doing all the same stuff that I just want to do with it's games. It's just. They're not the fun kind. They're not even the fun kind. I used to grow up playing games. Well, we always played games. We're always doing something. You know, even if we're throwing cards into a hat, you know, it was just something so I wasn't sitting there idle. I don't know how people can do that because they got no vibes. That's how. And they're also, I bet they don't ever get bit by mosquitoes, too. Yeah. Yeah, bet they don't ever get bit by mosquitoes. Anyway, so I think that is all I got about goat getting. Gaia's going back to how it was going to be on Turtle Earth before the control frequency. Control freaks, get it? Control freaks are shorting out. The control freaks are shorting out. I repeat, the control freaks, because they're too much shadow and they're acting too light, they can't, the gig is up. They can't. Nobody can lie and cheat and steal consecutively for as long as these people have been doing the nasty stuff. You know, they've been riding the wave, the juice wave for a long time. But you're seeing how the egos are short. It's all over. It's everywhere. It's every freaking time I see like a famous person ranting into the scream about yet the next latest and greatest, you know, revelation, you know, where something, you know, and it's just all to freaking, and just all to put more cars on the streets with freaking logo, and it's just more it's all to make money, all of it, it's all to make money. Egos selling souls, it's what no vibers do. And they just go to some so extreme stuff to make it happen, too. It's just, people are figuring it out. I ain't tripping. It's all over. The people are waking up all over. And just in the next 6 months. Oh, man. I hope I don't see the things on TV that I'm seeing in my third eye. I'm hoping. I'm always hoping. See, and the only thing is, it's always based on free will. Because everything is based on ego that I see. Everything, all the carnage, all the destruction, all the nastiness. It's amazing. People, like, you gotta have some hate for someone really to spit in their face, and people do it like no problem. And it's all because of freaking media, because people got to the point where they can just talk trash on the interwebs, and then they get kind of bold. And the thing of it is everybody's been shut up for about 6 months, so everybody's more sensitive, like literally. Like, if it's 80 degrees out right now, I went out to get some sun, I was like in the shade, I'm like hot, my dogs are panting. I mean, everybody is feeling things on a more concentrated level. That's why I'm like, don't be drinking this. I mean, I wouldn't recommend drinking this weekend because like alcoholic deaths, like there's going to be ODs, there's going to be, oh my God, because people are coming into their spirit, all because they're finding the frequency of truth, and they've been living a lie, and it ain't going well. I don't want these things to happen. That's why I've done over 1,000 of these videos. I've been talking about it for 3 years, about all of this stuff that's coming up, and you know, now it's happening. Now it's here, and I won't meditate today. I wanted it because it's like recharging in the middle of the day. Sometimes in the morning, I mix it up sometimes, but I wouldn't do it today because there's too many vibes. There's too many radios tuning in to set their intentions for low vibrational stuff. High vibration, there's too much static, and I ain't putting my flow in that. So I staying out of it like Maja. I'm a her vibe, man. Nope, you all freaking crazy. And people are like, oh, benefits. Let me use my spirituality, which is, it's a real thing, it's a tangible thing, it's a magical, beautiful thing, and let me use that to and freaking monetize it and make it dirty by selling, and doing fundraisers, and just raising more money and more funds, because that all funds are, it's made up. It's all ego stuff. Money's a made up reindeer too. Somebody made a comment. I said on the Peace Dealers page, I made a comment about I don't know, something, and some guys like them liberals or something. I'm like, dude, there ain't no liberals. There ain't no there ain't no left, right. There's no blue, red, except in polarity. There's no donkey, whatever. What's the other one? Elephant. It's just, it's a circle. It's a circle of greed. And it's all ego based. And now that people are finding out about spirit stuff, even the churches are freaking crapping their pants, because they are all been because in all the polarities, you got the heart space and you got the ego, and all these people. There's two ways you can go. You can go the way, the light or the dark, and the I think the outcomes are very similar of the abilities and gifts that you get. I think they are. I think that there's either softer way and there's a slower, more patient way. And I think that they get a little bit extra bonus because you had to be patient too. So people, there's code. Oh, okay, well, we fall into this crowd, and then you go down this way. College fraternities, families that have gone these colleges, all that stuff. Or there you have the people that freaking aren't allowed in any group, club, organization. That's why I'm all about inclusion. Cooperation is nature's way. And anybody's trying to sell you some kind of membership for something spiritual, they might have a lot of stuff to offer and stuff like that, but you just got to be aware that there's the ego in there too, yeah. And everybody has potential. Yep. Oh, we're gonna be dancing and running through. I dance and run. I don't run. Actually, I hate running. I got bad ankles. It's part of my karmic. I get it from my mom was born with anyway. Oh, animals know they read freak. Why do you think that they hate people that they growl at people and get because they read that those people don't have a vibration, and that they know that is lack of spirit, and they can read in people that there is no spirit there, and that is an alarm, and they're trying to let the people know that they're around, that there's no spirit in that vessel, in that soul sack. I rely on my animal. I rely on birds. Birds know too. That they call when other people are around. I know. Thank you for supporting what I. Thank you. It's like I get these inklings, and then nature supports with synchronicities. I don't know why I ever worried about stuff so much before. Oh, because I believe what other people told me. That's why. Because that's what instills the fear. And people profit from fear. It's all about money. Because if it wasn't all about money, they wouldn't say it's nothing personal. It's just business. They wouldn't say that. They would just help you because you're a person, and they wouldn't care about business. So it's this heart space, see? Trying to teach where the people's heart is beating from. Is it all about them? Are they acting like it's all about everybody else? See, it's all this stuff that's coming into the light, and people are going to be really surprised. Because it's stuff that they already knew. People know who the people that they're related to are. But the only thing of it is now it's going to be, now everybody's going to know. So, the story continues. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.